You've been doing things wrong, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to fix it. This isn't about sensitivity settings or fancy attachments. It's about the small habits you've built without even noticing. In this video, I'll break down the 4 things holding you back: how you aim, how you move, and how you read the map. Let's start with the one mistake almost every casual player makes: crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is one of those things that seems small, but it changes everything. It's about where your crosshair is while you walk, run, or rotate around the map. Most players point it at the ground or slightly downward, thinking it gives them more vision or better awareness of the area. But what it actually does is slow down your ability to react. When your crosshair is pointed too low, you're adding extra steps before you can shoot. First, you spot the enemy. Then you flick your aim upward. Then you shoot. That delay? That's enough to get you killed by someone who had their crosshair at chest or head level the whole time. Pro players, especially in games like CSGO and Valorant, have this locked in. They pre-aim corners at head level. In CODM, you want to do the same. If you're turning a corner or running into a hot zone, your crosshair should be where an enemy's upper body is likely to appear. That way, when you ADS or hipfire, you're already locked in. Less adjusting, less time wasted, more wins. Try this. Next time you play, consciously keep your crosshair at chest to head level. Practice this every game until it becomes muscle memory. Don't wait until you see an enemy to start aiming. Aim. That's how you win gunfights consistently. Now let's talk about movement, or what I like to call your survival instinct. Call of Duty Mobile is a fast-paced game. If you're standing still, you're dead. Simple as that. The longer you stand still, the higher your chances of getting shot. Think about it like this. Every second you're not moving, you're making yourself an easier target. You're giving snipers and flankers free kills. And with how fast time to kill, TTK, is in CODM, you don't get second chances. Good players are always repositioning, always thinking about the next move. Sliding behind cover, jumping around corners, drop-shotting in gunfights, these aren't just flashy moves. They keep you alive. Let me give you a scenario. You're capturing a flag on domination. Most players go prone or stand still on the point. Wrong move. You're asking to get shot. Instead, move side to side. Peek different angles. Throw a trophy system or smoke. Give yourself options. And don't just move randomly. Be smart about it. Use cover. Cut off sightlines. If you kill someone in one spot, don't stay there waiting for the next guy. Rotate. Reposition. Confuse the enemy. The key to mobility is unpredictability. The less predictable you are, the harder you are to kill. Keep moving. Keep winning. Map awareness and lane control. Most Call of Duty mobile maps follow a 3-lane structure: left lane, middle lane, right lane. Understanding this is crucial if you want to stop dying so much. Here's why. Let's say you spawn on Nuketown. There's a left lane between houses, a middle lane through the bus and garages, and a right lane, alley lane. Most of the action happens in the middle lane. That's where the B flag is. That's where most gunfights go down. So if you rush middle every time, sure, you'll get some action, but you'll also get gunned down from multiple angles. Instead, think like this. Where is the enemy likely to be? What lanes have the least pressure? Where can I rotate to catch someone off guard? Flanking around the edge of the map often puts you behind the enemy. That means free kills. That means streaks. Use this mindset on every map. Whether it's high-rise, standoff, or firing range, there are always safer paths that lead to better positions. Don't just follow the crowd. Control a lane. Own that lane. Lock it down. When you own a lane, you can focus your attention and reduce your chances of being shot from behind or the side. That control wins games. Positioning and cover. Positioning wins fights before they even start. It's about using your environment to your advantage. Head glitches, boxes, cars, windows. If you're out in the open, you're not in control. Use cover to make yourself harder to hit. Peek corners intelligently. If you peek the same angle over and over, the enemy will pre-aim and beam you. So change it up. Left peek, right peek, jump peek. When you hold an angle, make sure you're not exposing your whole body. Only show what you need to. A shoulder, a head. That's it. Good positioning also means thinking ahead. Where will the enemy push from? What angles can they see you from? Where can you go if you miss your shots? Always have a plan B. Start thinking of every map like a chessboard. Every position you hold should give you more information, more cover, or a better shot. Game sense and prediction. This is where things get deep. Game sense is your ability to understand the flow of the match. It's knowing when to push, when to hold, when to rotate, and when to chip. If you just run forward every life, you're not thinking, you're feeding. Start watching the kill feed. Listen to footsteps. Pay attention to where your teammates are and where they died. If your entire team just died on the right lane, guess what? The enemy's coming from there. Don't run into it blindly. Set up. Watch that lane, learn to predict spawns. CODM has very specific spawn logic. If you push too far into one side, you flip the spawns and suddenly the enemy is behind you. Use your minimap, not just for red dots, but for teammate positions. If no one is watching mid, it's your job to hold that. Game sense comes from experience, but also from observation. Watch good players, see how they rotate, see how they position, copy that. Then make it your own. Gunfights and reaction time. Let's talk about actual gunfights. Your aim might be decent, but if your reactions are slow or your movement is off, you're still losing. Start pre-aiming. Don't wait to see an enemy to scope it. If you think someone's around a corner, ADS early. This gives you a massive advantage. Use audio cues. COD Mobley footsteps are loud. Use that to your advantage. Turn your volume up. Wear good headphones. If you hear someone coming, don't panic. Line up the shot. Be calm. Also, stop panic shooting. That's when you fire before aiming just because you got scared. It wastes bullets and tells the enemy where you are. Instead, practice centering. Keep your aim near the center of your screen and at head level. That way, when someone pops up, you're already aimed at them. Finally, use the right weapons for the right ranges. Don't challenge snipers with SMGs from across the map. Know your loadout. Play to its strengths. If you made it this far, that means you really care about getting better. And that's exactly the kind of mindset that turns good players into great ones. I recommend you watch one of these videos where I talked about